And now your first alert forecast with meteorologist Cyle Dickens.
Well, here comes those changes we've been talking about. We had a very nice stretch of weather until tonight, and that is when we see this rain shower and even some thunderstorm activity. But you'll notice we've got the lightning turned on, not seeing a lot of lightning, so just some heavier rainfall that's moving up into central Illinois. That becomes ours as we get closer to the midnight hour and beyond. I think areas east of the river will have the best chance to see some of those heavier showers and thunderstorms. Areas west of the river too, you're going to get into some of that activity, but definitely looks like the focal point will be in our Illinois counties. Now we've got some first alert days that we put out for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Mondays, it's one of these deals, folks. Once we get warm and humid like this, we get storms, we get that potential for strong to severe thunderstorms. It's going to be a touch and go deal over the next couple days, but Monday there is a level 1 risk, and it's enough to warrant putting out a first alert day because we could see some damaging winds. Anytime we introduce this high heat and humidity into this, it always adds that factor. Summertime storms can just tend to overperform, so that's why we're calling Monday a first alert day. Tuesday and Wednesday really are going to be focused on the excessive heat as we see heat index values well into the triple digits, so 110 to even 115 on some models, especially as we get to Wednesday. Then Wednesday, we bring back another storm chance, probably our best chance for more widespread strong to severe thunderstorms, at least at this point, according to models. With that humidity in place, it's also going to be help really make some efficient rain producers. And we're expecting over the next 7 to 10 days, maybe another 3 to 5 inches, according to that particular model. All thanks to this high pressure, Bermuda high, sitting over Bermuda, that funnels this moist air right up the Gulf into the Mississippi River Valley. And this is pretty telling right here. We look at this. This is coming Wednesday. Once we get to that teal color there, that's dew points in the 80s. Look at South Florida. They're not there. The most humid air in the country is going to be right over top of us here in the upper Midwest. So that coupled with some high heat, we're talking temperatures close to the mid-90s. Well, that's going to equate to some heat index values, once again, 110 to 115. Here's Monday. Yeah, the excessive heat's definitely going to be in play for Mount Pleasant down towards Keokuk. The rest of the area, not so much. We'll be looking at those off and on storm chances. Once we get to Tuesday, it really starts to creep up a little closer to the I-80 corridor, so areas south of I-80 definitely going to be in that excessive heat. Not too, probably a good chance that this might actually bump up a little bit here to the north as well. Come Wednesday, though, this is going to be our highest heat, and you're catching some 110s there, 111 down in Mount Pleasant. So, yeah, that is enough. That causes some issues. So Tuesday, Wednesday, for sure, you want to be aware of that. So if you've got outdoor plans, you got to take breaks, you got to stay hydrated, do all those things. We know what to do in this, but again, you know, we want you to be aware of that. So the next thing to talk about is maybe some severe weather. Here we go Monday. Tomorrow, not looking at any severe threat, but we do have a marginal risk in place here on Monday. We could see maybe 1 or 2 strong to severe thunderstorms. Here's that activity that moves through tonight. Once we get into the morning hours, we'll see it from south to north start to clear out. Then another wave moves through. Widely scattered, but we could see some thunderstorms there. Not expecting anything severe. On the back end of that, we will see some clearing. So some hometowns might actually stay dry tomorrow afternoon. So not a complete washout, but do anticipate maybe some shower thunderstorm activity. Here comes the Monday activity. Got to watch this stuff out to the west. It looks like it's going to weaken by the time it gets here. But that could leave some boundaries in play for some later activity that fires up, and some of that could be strong to severe. Again, first alert days Monday through Wednesday, really focused on the excessive heat, especially Tuesday and into Wednesday. But Monday, we could see some strong to severe thunderstorms. Tonight, 68 degrees with scattered thunderstorms possible. 7-day forecast. It's a hot one. 90 on Monday, 92 on Tuesday, 94 scorching hot degrees Wednesday. We have those storm chances near daily with the exception of Tuesday. Once we get to Friday, we fall a little bit closer to where we're supposed to be this time of year. Energy for these thunderstorms to work with. We have this jet stream and this low pressure system. This is the culprit for everything. And what we have happen here is we get this low pressure to be positioned kind of towards Omaha. We get on the kind of southeasterly flank of this with the jet stream here really starting to max out once it gets down into central Missouri. But when we get on the edge of that, that is the area. Right here is the favorite area for that more significant severe weather, the higher shear. The shear is the change of wind direction with height. it really is coming together to be a pretty significant situation in the last several days. Actually, in comparison to where we were this time yesterday, we are 6 degrees, just jumped down a little bit, 6 degrees warmer than we were this time yesterday. But you can see that wedge of cooler air here starting to work its way in, and that's going to be the trend over the weekend is, yeah, a little bit cooler, including potential at night, us dropping below freezing in areas to really right now kind of seeing along and north of Highway 30 is where the best chance of that is. We do have freeze warning in effect for areas like Clinton, Jackson, Cedar counties, also into Joe Davies and Carroll counties as well. So definitely bring those plants in or cover them up. 54 degrees, though. It is actually very nice outside and light jacket needed. With those west winds at 21, feels like 54. Lots of sunshine out there, though. Across the region, we're into the 50s, mid-50s for most. A little cooler to the north where we're in the upper 40s. Now tonight, we will drop down pretty quickly here. But we did have a little bit of cloud cover and a little bit of rain, in fact, to the south here in our southern counties, far southern areas here, but we're moving that out as that boundary moves in, and yeah, colder temperatures are going to follow. A little bit gustier winds to the north too, where we've gusted up excess of 30 miles an hour, even up to 40 miles an hour in some spots. Hey, if you're going to check out that game tonight, bring a jacket with you. The temperatures won't start dropping until we get to overnight. 33 degrees tonight here in the metro, but as we head into the next couple hours here, lots of sunshine. Breezy, but we'll start to wind those winds down and temperatures in the 50s. They don't start tumbling until we get overnight once we start losing that sunlight. But we got a warmer forecast in store for us once we get to next week, and a little bit more active as well. We'll detail in your first alert forecast coming up. And of course, all eyes on the potential for strong to severe thunderstorms once we get into Tuesday. We're watching this low pressure system, strong jet stream as well. All the ingredients coming together for what could be a pretty significant day severe weather-wise come Tuesday. We'll break it down for you, give you the latest coming up in your first alert forecast.
At this point, we're like a little spoiled.
Yeah,
because it could be.
Wait till you see what we got coming up, though.
We're gonna get more spoiled.
Even more. Yeah.
50s. How about not out of the question that maybe some people see 60s too. You have to get out get the pools out.
Yeah,
and,
shorts,
right.
flip flops. Pull them back out.
Don't tempt me. 30s will have you out in the shorts. But yeah, you know what? It's gonna be quite the contrast compared to what we made it to today as we hit 41 in Moline and Davenport. 45 is what we topped out today in Muscatine. Right now, we've got a little bit of cloud cover that has moved in areas northeast of the Quad Cities, but light, and with not really seeing much of the way of cloud cover, we'll drop close to freezing tonight. Take a look outside. It's dark, but not that dark, so not sure what's going on there, but 40 degrees right now, south wind at 13. You can see it feels like 33 degrees right now with that little bit of wind. So as Morgan and Redrick said, yes, there's a little chill in the air. 40 right now, again, Davenport, Moline. 37 right now in Clinton, out to the east, 36 in Kewanee and Princeton, 36 in Galena. We take a look at the quick cast here tonight. Partly cloudy skies, but kind of switch it to a mostly clear sky. Overnight temperatures close to freezing. Much warmer tomorrow and Friday, but then we're watching the storm system that'll move in come Friday night. Could give us a little bit of rain, maybe some mix. Right now it looks like we'll stay on the warm side of things. Once we get to the morning hours, we'll be into the 40s as we head for the 50s, maybe even some 60s in the forecast. We'll detail that in your first alert forecast coming up. As quasi-linear tornado that's forming here. I believe this area is under that tornado warning. Let's double check on that, but if not, I don't think it is. So we'll look here and see. Yeah, it is not under a. It currently is not under a tornado warning, but what we're seeing here, folks, is a very textbook indication that there is a circulation here. You get that green, that is that strong, damaging to destructive winds pushing out of the storm. You get a little bit of this red, that's winds moving away from the radar. Well, what's happening there, that's spinning up. You can see that little circle there. You're making that little green area out as a circle. That's your little vortex, like a little whirlpool. Coming in this afternoon showed that there was certainly the potential there for a spike in tornadic activity as it made its way into northern, north central Illinois, northwestern Illinois. We're seeing that kind of come to fruition now with that tornado warning there for parts of Joe Davies County. So that is the newest thing. But again, here in the metro, you're hearing the sirens. It's now your time to move indoors and take shelter now.
We got not only the wind along the leading edge, but as Kyle's mentioning, behind it, still feeding in some strong winds from the backside of this storm. Look at that. So there we have this right on Interstate 80 right here. Is that what you're looking at?
Yeah, that is a. I'm pointing while you're looking at that. I'm going to be moving sky view here to to show that, because
if we can go to velocity on that.
Yeah, we'll go to velocity here real quick. Be a concern for me is this is that typical quasi-linear system or type of deal here. Now it's going to be hard to see because we're so close to. Oh yeah, this actually picks it up when we look at the storm relative velocity. I would say right now, if you're in Davenport, you need to take your tornado precautions right now.
What we're kind of losing here, the bottom of the cloud versus the shelf above. So there's Central High
a tornado
School,
warning for the Metro.
And they just decided to put a tornado warning out for the Metro Quad City. So now is the time to take your shelter. There you go. We all know see Railroad Yard, and of course this way 22 would head you to Muscatine. But so we're looking south on 280, and the rain's getting starting to pick up. Also getting. Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. Let's go Skyview.
Wow,
Sky.
yeah.
There it is. There it is. Right there.
Let's get, it is right there. We had another big power flash over here. So let's just hang out. There's another powerful. Oh, look at this one. Wow.
Wow.
That thing was. That was
This is incredible winds, or maybe even a brief tornado, but the destructive winds are so spread out right now.
Flashes that indicate at least the presence of strong wind, if not a small tornado.
This area, Eric, here, right here, where I've got pointed, it's going to be hard to see, but there is a very notable circulation. I could kind of point it out here if we come out.
We're looking north here.
We're looking due north, and that is, I'm looking at radar, and this is very notable here, right in this vicinity here. Can we come back out to, here we go.
Yeah, let's go to radar.
And what we notice here is within this area, I've got pointed right here, there is a circulation going over northern portions of Davenport. You see that camera shaking this?
And that's why we're saying any place in Davenport, anywhere in the metro, take shelter now, because these things along that leading edge could go from place to place. Kyle?
And certainly the case. And what's also happening here is, regardless if it's a tornado or straight line winds, it's tearing through the infrastructure of the city right now, as we're seeing numerous power flashes. This is a very dangerous situation that's moving into the metro. I'm going to point this to the west. You can see that leading edge there as that continues to.
Yeah, this is some very impressive circulation. Might want to try correlation coefficient now to see if we can get debris. At least,
look at that.
Look at
right
that.
there.
Yeah, right there. Yep. That is debris. That is the radar picking up things that are different than raindrops, TAs of this potential tornado.
Okay, look at this here in the eastern portion of the metro. We got another one developing here near Silvis. Look at that right there. That is significant winds, but on top of that, I would say we've got an inflow notch over Silvis right now. So 70-mile-an-hour winds over Moline right now, 72-mile-an-hour winds. But there, just to the northwest of Kelowna, there is a strong indication of a developing possible circulation, maybe a tornado. This is near east, or in the East Moline area, heading towards Cleveland and Joslin at this time.
We've got crazy wind and rain over the station right now. That's all we can hear on the roof. But again, radar is showing this little inflow notch right here.
Okay, we're going to stay on with you folks here now, because we do have the storm making its way through the metro, but yeah, it's an ominous looking cloud, but right now it's kind of what's behind there as we look at Skyview. We've now upped this warning to a considerable damage threat with 70-mile-an-hour winds. So most likely here in the metro, at least the Iowa side, you're going to hear the sirens going off here. If they're not already going off now, you'll be hearing those very soon, because this is now a dangerous storm with 70-mile-an-hour winds. And you could still see we're carrying that tornado possible tag, and that's been a concern here, and it continues to be as we got these icons showing that rotation there. So put a path on this for you folks and let you know when this is expected to move into your hometown. Again, it's getting ready to cross the river right now. It's moving through the Cordova area and then eventually off towards, again, Geneseo, Joslin. This is moving into your vicinity here momentarily, and eventually off towards eastern portions of Henry County. If you live in Moline, it's just about there now. Joslin 1047, the Quad City Metro 1047, 1052 Kelowna, and then Geneseo about the top of the hour at 11:03. This will be moving in. Again, we're tagged right now. The reason we're staying on with you for this, at least for the time being, is we're concerned about a couple things that we've got going on here. So this is now making its way through. If you've been with us throughout the duration of the 10 o'clock show, we told you we were concerned about this possible circulation, little pockets of circulation that were popping up. Really, the storm got to be its strongest really right now as it's made its way into the metro.
They had observed tornado on the ground between Cleveland and Geneseo.
Yeah, and actually, I'm going to point something out here because, excuse me, what I'm noticing here too is what looks to be just to the southeast of Joslin here. Look at that right there. See that? That's a developing inflow notch just right there, not to mention what we've had go through the Geneseo area, or now walking its way into Geneseo. So northwestern portion of Bureau County, just to the west, and it probably should include Walnut. So if you're in Walnut, take your tornado precautions now. But Atkinson, Anawan, just to the north of Kewanee. So Kewanee, you're not technically under the tornado warning, but we continue to watch several pockets of circulation. But notably here, just to the southeast of Joslin, that area right there is what we're watching. Also into Whiteside County too.
We've got our own Cyle Dickens on the line here talking about the storms that he's seeing. Kyle, what's going on out there?
Okay, Eric, right now I'm actually on I-88 just near Hillsdale, and I see, looking to my southwest here, I do have visual on two low rings, one to my southwest and one to just to my west-northwest here. And with those low rings, there does appear to be some weak circulation. That is with that tornado warning that is in effect for the Quad City Metro. Now, I just went through the storm that is now up into eastern parts of Whiteside County, and that did have a lowering that moved right over I-88, and we did see a brief funnel that continues on, and it does look like it's continuing with that lowering. But right now, this the storm that is over to my west here near Hillsdale does look like it's still a possibility here that we could see some circulation. To my west here, I do see some weak circulation. I would say probably about 2 or 3 miles due west of Hillsdale right now. Again, I'm on I-88 looking to my southwest here, but it does look a little bit weaker than what it did just a few minutes ago, but we continue with some rotation.
All right, well, thanks for that. Yeah, everything that you just described we are seeing here in terms of the stronger circulation might be that one off to your west. But
the concern is going to be in this line. We can see these little rotating pockets, but certainly this one that's moving through Henry County, Iowa has got a lot of rotation with it, and not only a lot of rotation, but a confirmed tornado. And I can tell you here, looking at a new update here, this is one of the strongest signatures I have seen.
Yeah.
It's pretty incredible.
I mean, you can just see that the wraparound effect here.
Confirmed strong tornado right now on the ground here. This is going to be 3 miles due east of Salem. We've got it pinned down very well here. I've got these streets laid out here as kind of the northeasterly track here. So right now it's over Kentucky Avenue, Lexington Avenue eventually, within a matter of seconds. If you're in any of these areas, you need to be in shelter now. It's a very dangerous situation, and there's nothing stopping this thing from continuing to be a long track deal. So he's on there. Look at that near Buffalo. It's actually strengthening.
Yeah,
so I'm getting kind of concerned here with that. So as Eric is pointing out there, we continue with this severe thunderstorm warning and tornado warning. Tornado warning continues here for another 2 minutes here for the parts of Rock Island County. And oh gosh, yeah, look at that.
Another picture from Salem.
Let's take a look at Salem real quick. Yeah, that's you're getting into probably EF1, EF2 damage there when you see that kind of structural damage.
Yeah, that's the house.
If we can go back to radar, because that is a very concerning signature, mainly because this is going to be heading right into the Quad City Metro.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's going to go right through the heart of the Quad Cities. And now looking, because it's kind of on the northern half.
Those sometimes, not saying that that's what's happening here. Okay, let's see, get some updates here, just checking on that. But yeah, that could be what we're seeing here. I still think that we do have to watch near Edgington as well. There's a tornado warning, and that's going to be for the Quad City Metro area now. We've been talking about this circulation for 5 minutes now. All of our phones going off here. We now have a tornado warning for the Quad City Metro area. This does include Davenport, downtown Davenport. You'll hear the tornado sirens start going off right now here in the Metro. The Machine Shed Restaurant, I-80, the Mount Joy Airport, Northwest Davenport. This is going to be north of the North Park Mall. You folks need to be in your shelters right now, because
I just want to share this here. Listen to this FYI from the Quad Cities National Weather Service. They are taking shelter now in their tornado shelter at the National Weather Service office at the airport. Des Moines National Weather Service office is now taking over for them.
Okay, so that just tells you they're taking this seriously, as you should as well. Eldridge takes shelter now. Maysville, this is just to your southeast, but Parkview, Eldridge, up to McCausland, take shelter now. This is a very dangerous storm. We're getting such a good view of this, and to see the circulation and that tightening up right over top of the radar dome, that is at the surface. This is this is as clear as it gets.
Yeah, and this is your quasi-linear line right here.
Right, exactly.
And it's got that little spin right there, and that is headed right toward the radome at the Weather Service office. Again, it's what we've been talking about. Most of this event, because everything's been so hard to see, it's that red wrapped with the green, and if I get that pointer back, I think you're gonna have to get that pointer back. But again, this is where we're looking at a circulation, and it is moving right toward the National Weather Service office at the airport in Mountjoy, kind of tightening things up. It's probably just along and north of I-80 right now.
Okay, and I'm actually going to jump. I can point something out here real quick. I'll jump on chroma key, and what we're seeing right now, I'm just looking at some other stuff that is coming in from some viewers. We're seeing a very large lowering right now. It is right on top of I-80. It's right here. Look at that that red now spiking out there, right on I-80. This is on Northwest Boulevard and I-80. Let's go to live pictures right now. We've got that.